Welcome back to Kingdom and Company. My name is Justin Craig, and I'm the lead pastor at Vinings Church. We have the pleasure of speaking with Farrell Middleton, who has founded an organization called the Bell Curve of Life. He's also written a book that is just going to add so much value to your life. This interview alone will change your life. So let's dive in to all he has to say.
It's about life. I'm a practical guy with practical experience, and my goal and desire is to help people live a better life. I've got material for personal life, and I've got material for professional circumstances as well. And what I've come to find is, no big surprise, that as I do deliver this material to my audience, it crosses the line between personal and professional. If I am engaging with some business people in a business setting, if you will, a lot of people have said, hey, can I take this stuff home with me? I said, absolutely. So it kind of crosses the line into personal and professional life. Basically, it's how you can just be a better individual, how you can do workforce, better team dynamics. And that is my main focus, but it is practical material that just relates to people on a routine basis. It's just how you live your life. Frame of mind is a really big one. I'm getting a lot of very good feedback on that part of my program. That's what I do. It's a soft skill.
Yeah. So tell me your desired clients. Who are you trying to reach, and what are their ages?
Okay. My desired clients, I'm focusing on business owners in the industry sector. Does not matter. I was a home builder for 36 years, same city, same industry. So the greater majority of my clients right now are in that industry, either builders or subcontractors, material suppliers, things like that. But my material can cross into other industries. I have done some work with some small financial management firms, work with an oral surgeon firm. I did some work with the Georgia State Golf Association. So it crosses industry lines because the material is what I call universal. My principles for either individual growth or business growth relate to, they just relate to everything. And so my focus with this is, I would say probably companies or divisions of larger companies that have between, let's say, 20 and 150 employees. It's probably a real sweet spot for me, but I've done work with solopreneurs, what they're called. I do one-on-one mentoring as well. So, but that's probably where the biggest arena is for me, business owners. And my ultimate goal, I think, is to really get with the younger generation. Like I said, I'm 60 years old. I was a manager at the age of 22, and I really want to help this younger generation, just help them figure out how to engage in the workplace a little bit better. It doesn't matter what generation you came from. Everyone has these challenges. You get out of school and you go into the professional world, that's when it starts in my opinion.
Yeah.
And so I really want to get with the younger folks, but to get to the younger folks, I've got to go through the older folks.
Yeah.
And so that's kind of where my focus is.
So if I'm in my 50s, 40s, deeper in my career, I can still come to you.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I can help people make improvements that will matter to them.
Yeah.
And that's what I focus on. We will identify the areas that are like, hey, you know what, now that we talk about it, I could make some improvements there. I can help anybody.
Yeah. So, and why is it so critical in our day to think about your weaknesses, to think about the things like the pervasiveness of technology, to come to a bell curve, whether if I'm deeper in my career or if I'm younger in my career? Maybe I've already got things lined out. Maybe I already have my degree and I know my trajectory for life. Why is it so critical for me to improve in areas of my weakness?
Okay. Well, excellent question. Thank you so much. I think the area there is that we can always make improvements. Any of us can. And let's just take AI, for example. It's taking over the world, for lack of a better way to say it. But there are people my age that are going to struggle with AI. It is going to be a part of business forever. Like, when the personal computer came out 35 or 40 years ago, it changed the world. Then just take a look at all of the progressions that Apple has done, all of their products over the years. There's always this progression. Those are technologically related, but there's always these progressions, and we'll still have to be adjust. I believe the best way to set yourself up for proper adjustment is if you can let's say, ground yourself in what are your principles, what are the things that you want to focus on to be a good performing individual. That's where this material comes in. This is what I call higher level stuff. I get above skill sets. Skill sets change over our lifetime. And have times over the years. And what I do is, like I said, focus on relationship building, communication skills. That's always necessary. And I do think with where we are with the younger generation coming into the professional world these days, they have been technologically driven as well with iPhones and computers and iPads. And we hear all the statistics that they don't get outside enough and play. When the kids go play, they're on their screens, and all the screen time that 4-year-olds are getting. It's important. It's kind of the way the world works these days, but there are so many other things just from the personal connection side of things where people need to enhance these skills to engage in the workplace, engage with their coworkers, with their customers, with their superiors. So that's where my stuff comes in. It's a life skill thing, and everybody has to have these for their entire life.
Yeah. So the younger really needs to think about their people skills because they may be better with technology because they were raised on it.
Absolutely,
Then
yes.
the older needs to bring an AI and bring technology into their career and career advancement. And I guess I heard Maxwell talk about one time where your strengths are where your weaknesses are. And the way that he rates them is with a number scale. I don't know that I love rating them with a number scale because I have my issues there. But he'll say all of your gift, where you're naturally gifted, you're an 8, 9, or 10. And then identifying where you're not gifted, let's say a 1, 2, or 3, is where you really need to address it and bring it up to an average level because your weaknesses can topple your strengths. A creative, for example, or an artisan may be great, 8, 9, or 10 with drawing and computer graphics or video editing, even their use of technology, but they can't keep a schedule. And they're arriving late to every meeting, or they forget about meetings, and they tend to be weaker in the area of keeping a calendar. You need to raise that up to a 5. You're never gonna be a 10 at it, but raise that up to a 5. Would you say that Bell Curve for Life helps a person like that address their weaknesses so that it doesn't topple their strengths?
Absolutely, that is a big part of what it is that I do. One of the things that I like to consider as well, and I'm a John Maxwell fan, read several of his books, I'm a big fan. What I like to guide and advise the people I engage with is find something you're really good at, get even better at it. Be the best at it, and people will seek you out for your services. That's what pro athletes do. They're the best at what they do, but they are always looking to get better. So that's directive number 1. Directive number 2 is to identify 1 or 2 things of either need or desire that will be of interest to the individual and get better at it. Move from a C performer to a B performer. Go from a B to an A. I'm a better A at certain things. So that's what I like to do. And what I also like to propose is don't bite off more than you can chew. Just work on 1 or 2 things at a time. Find out what it is that you could get the most benefit out of most quickly, and that could be better communication skills, developing more healthy relationships quicker. Find just 1 or 2, focus on them until you feel like you have moved to a more comfortable and successful arena with that, and then pick the next one. Hey, you know what? I think I can get better at this next thing. Let me work on that. Move the needle and to get better at the stuff that matters to you, matters to them. Very important.
What I'm hearing with this is be excellent where you're strong, and then move your weaknesses up to a mediocre level so they don't topple, move from a C to a B, to be a lifelong learner. Just give in to the idea of we're always learning. We haven't arrived once we graduate from college. We need to pick up books. We need to listen to podcasts. We need to continue to be a part of programs like what Bell Curve offers. Would you walk me through the Bell Curve idea? Why is it called Bell Curve for Life? I think I understand, but I haven't asked you about that yet.
Okay. Yeah, no, actually, we all remember the Bell Curve theory from middle school.
Yeah.
20% are in the upper category, 60% in the middle, and 20% in the lower category of behavior, skills, performance, and results. Say it again. Behavior, skills, performance, and results. My goal is to help as many people as I can move, let's say, from that lower 20% to that middle 60%. Then in that middle 60%, move into that higher range of the middle. And then eventually move from that middle 60% to that upper 20% in those areas in what matters to them. And that's the fundamental key. Don't focus your energies on things that aren't going to matter. Pick the things that matter to you, those around you, personally, with your family, number one, priority. Number two, your personal relationships with your friends. And then number three, professional associates. Pick what matters to you. Get better at it.
Yeah.
That's the key. But I want to help people in that bell curve move all the way up and be in that top 20% in the areas that matter to them.
So it sounds like where you should focus in life is where you're excellent, where you're gifted, but then also where you're passionate, what matters to you.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. So tell me about your book. You've written a book, Performer Environment, and you just now completed it. Is that right?
I did. It just published in late January of this year. It's called A Performer, A Environment. And in the details of it, I've got 11 chapters on A Performance and 12 chapters on A Environment.
Yeah.
And what I have done is I've identified what I call the traits of performers. And you can be an A, B, or C. Actually, you can be D's and F's. And I've been a D performer in my life as well. Let me be clear. But those areas focus on, number one is attitude. I believe that attitude is the aspect in life that has the most influence over someone's success and happiness. Other people and circumstances can influence it. They can never, ever control it. It is up to you, up to the individual. Attitude is my number one chapter. And then I get into other things like wake up frame of mind. Your day starts when you pull your head up off your pillow. It's going to set the stage. Yes, other factors will come into play, but it sets the stage. Then I get into self-esteem, relationship building, communication skills, work ethic, things of that nature are my characteristics for the performers. And then on the A environment material, I have developed a blueprint for an A environment. And it includes in this order of importance: vision, leadership, structure, commitment, discipline, communication, and relationships. Those 7 factors, culture of an organization. And when I do have the privilege of engaging with business owners, go through those 7 components, and they will identify, this is a discovery. I think I've moved beyond training and coaching. This is discovery. What are the areas where you're doing well? And one thing I think, Justin, we don't do enough is, I don't think we pat ourselves on the back enough for the things that go well. Celebrate the small victories. My goodness, however small it might be, just pat yourself on the back, or go do something that's going to say, hey, what, I accomplished something. I'm going to treat myself to something. We don't do that enough, I don't believe. And so with that, so find the things that are going well. And a big part of this is, what are the factors that are causing you to do well? So let's say, for example, one of my clients, they feel like their vision and leadership is in a really good place. We know why we're here, we know what we're doing, we've got good leadership, but we're not communicating well. Well, you know what? Let's work on communication. Work on the stuff that's going to move the needle to get you into a better place, that A environment. And so everyone's going to get a different take out of this. Focus on the areas that group of people need to focus on to become better at what they do. This is, in the company side of things, providing their products and services to the marketplace in the most efficient and effective manner that they can. Provide that quality service to their customers, and that's what I'm focused on.
Make this world a better place, and
I'd like
the rest
to.
of it takes care of it. Takes care of itself. We're all here to serve people. So tell me how I could get your book, but also how do I get in connection with you if I wanted to start with Bell Curve?
Okay. Basically, I'm very easy to get in touch with. Farrell, Farrell, at thebellcurveoflife.com. Cell phone number. I used to give my cell phone number out to my homeowners as well.
Okay.
678-618-2024. I've had it forever. It's going to be mine for a long time.
Yep.
I've got a YouTube channel, which is at the Bell Curve of Life.
Okay.
LinkedIn is Farrell Middleton, and also the Bell Curve of Life. And Facebook, Farrell Middleton, Instagram. So yes, I've got all those. But LinkedIn is my main vehicle for communicating with the professional.
And can we find the book on Amazon and other places?
Amazon, Barnes & Noble. Got some out in my car, of course. I always have them with me. But my audience for the book, if I might, working professionals, especially owners, directors, and managers will really get some good information out of it. So it will help them say, okay, how can we just create a better environment? And then a sweet spot for me, as I may have mentioned, is the younger generation, especially the less experienced managers. But for the individuals that have completed their education by earning either a degree, a certificate, or a diploma,
Okay.
I believe this is the first book they should read after they have done all that. Don't read it while you're still in school, because you're reading all kinds of other stuff. And you have to get through exams and get a diploma, degree, whatever it is. But this is a great book for them just to figure out how to engage in the workplace.
Yeah.
It's really practical stuff. I haven't created anything new. This is all practical stuff that people just don't think about enough. But the younger generation, I think, can really, really benefit from the information in this book.
Right after college. First book
After
you read.
college. First book you read after walk across that stage and get that piece of paper that says, I've done that. Now, where am I going to go for the rest of my life? It's a great book.
Farrell, Middleton, this has been an honor, and truly, I think so much value can be added. Bell Curve for Life. So thank you for walking us through what your new life purpose is about. You got many more years left, right?
I got a lot of years left. Like I told you, I'm only 60. I've got a lot of years left, and I am just so excited about what I'm doing these days. It's not about me feeling good, but I'll be honest with you, I just feel good. I feel like I'm providing a very good service, and I'm very happy to do that, but I can't thank you enough for having me join you this week.
Yeah, an honor to have you here. Kingdom and Company. Thank you so much for joining us.